We live in the funniest times when major part of our brain is still conditioned by the scarcity and the limitations that we learned growing up, and another part of us is just observing how fast the world is changing, how many possibilities are available right now, how many people our age or younger than us are making millions out of nowhere online, living anywhere. There's luxury and abundance everywhere, and you're just split. Like, am I supposed to be following my old identity, or am I supposed to grow? Like, yeah, I do have dreams and visions as well. Where do I go with that? Like, my parents, my family, my ecosystem is nowhere close to that. They think that it's just a dreamy reality possible for a few, while I'm just looking at people my age do so well. I want to do so well as well. I have dreams, I have aspirations. If that is you, this video is exactly for you. Hi, I'm Yuvika. I'm a chartered accountant turned mindset coach. And between that turned, there was just a lot that I did. I hosted and produced my own talk show that did not work too well. I went to US to study masters, did not work too well. I dropped out and I'm so happy I did that. And eventually I found my purpose. But the problem was I wasn't willing to really own my purpose, because I just saw most of the coaches being broke and unhappy and too salesy. Like, they were too needy to get clients. And I was just so turned off by this whole industry. But I did transition into one. I'm a very heart-based, intuition-led coach, and I love the money that I make. I am in abundance. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can also transition into your purpose-driven, into your ambition, into your passion, while you also have all your boxes ticked that you so far have believed can only be ticked by doing something conventional. The world has changed. You got to change your mindset as well to not only move along with it, but also take advantage of it. There are 20-year-old people who are making money left, right, and center, being happy, not having their calendars full, not working 10 hours a day. You can do that too. So let's begin. I'm going to quickly share my journey so that you can get a mental frame of what I went through, what my process was, and you're gonna find your own ideas for your personal mental frames. So just like anybody else's story, it always starts with you acknowledging something that you don't like. It always starts with something that is poking you, something that's irritating you, something that is causing frustration. For me, it was working for something that is not making me happy, working in an environment that wasn't supportive, that wasn't a positive, uplifting environment. And I have worked in corporate, so that is where I started realizing, yo, corporate is not for me. Because just before that, I used to have these dreams of I'm gonna become a partner in these big firms. And I was like, I don't want to be working in cabins and being all dry. Like, the whole ecosystem was so dry. That is where my mind started opening up to new desires. And while working in corporate and doing CA work, I realized two things. One, I will never do a job. And second, I'll do a creative business. Yet I completed my CA. It took me a lot of years. It took me a lot of failures. And the reason why I was pursuing it, because I knew that everything I'm learning today, I'm going to use it for my future business. But then I had no idea what future business I'll be doing. Usually what people do is they start researching on the problems in the market, what solution can they provide, and they even go to business schools like I did. But that's again coming from the rational and the logical. You may make your money through that. You may get wealthy. You may get an abundant life through that. But if it's not your purpose, first of all, it's dry. It's not fun. Like, there are endless possibilities available right now in the world. Why do you have to put so much time, energy, and your money as well into building something that's not coming from your heart? But it's easier said than done, because it's not something that you can apply a strategy to or get a business coach on board and get your purpose sorted. It's a personal discovery. Personal discovery requires patience, because you know you will take your own time and it will be your own process to receive your answers. So that's one. Second, you don't know the exact timeline. You don't know by when you're getting your answers, your own original answers. So I'm not gonna lie to you that it's all gonna be glory-flory. It sometimes will be testing. And that is where growth lies. Growth does not lie in you sitting on your couch, scrolling through Instagram, feeling excited about all the aesthetic reels you're looking at, and just making a vision board. Oh, my life is going to be so awesome. I'm going to be wearing yoga mats and chilling in Bali. While you can do that, of course, I do that now, but not as an escape, but I built my life like that. So you will have tests, you will have moments of absolute discomfort and confusion and misery too, because you will be realizing in that moment that your old self is no longer relevant to you, and now you're seeking something new, and that new will take its own time to come to you. Just like a woman, a mother, when she gives birth, it's a painstaking process, right? It's not something that you can manufacture. We haven't been able to do that yet, right? It's a 9 months process, and even while the delivery is happening, it's really painful for everybody involved, like the mother and the child. The child is having its own process of just like coming out in the world. So that's exactly what self-discovery can be like sometimes. And at the same time, it can be very, very satisfying, because you start connecting with your inner child. Your inner child always knew who you are, what you are, why you are, what you love. Your inner child always knew. Your inner child always imagined the world to be like a dream world. It's just that as you grew up, you forgot that life is meant to be amazing and satisfying and pleasurable, and you learned so many conditioning and limitations from your people that you just became part of a very limited, dry, boxy system. So by now, it all starts by giving your presence to things that you're not liking. I know in spirituality world, we say what you focus on grows, but what you focus on at this stage of your life, when you're just transitioning to a different career or a different way of living, you've got to acknowledge things that are sucking life out of you. You've got to acknowledge. Only then you'll be like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna choose something different for my life. Pay attention to what you're not liking. That's one. Second, after I acknowledged everything that I'm not liking, what I started doing was I started questioning things. Does work have to feel like, oh my God, when will this get over? When will the weekend come? I don't want to work with this person, but I have to because they are bringing money in the company. I have to get this investor, but I don't really like their vibe, but this is how it works. I don't want to work too many hours. I don't want to respond to somebody. Does it have to be that way? Can I build my business differently? Do I have to be in a cabin to work? Or can I just work from anywhere? Do I have to just take clients from a certain nationality? Can I expand? Can I go global? What will it take for me to go global? I started asking these questions about global, and that's why global is a word in my company. The day I registered my company, it did not have the word global. I called my CS, company secretary, and I told her, please add global into it. And she was like, Yuvika, we've already registered the name. It's going to take a process to add another word in the name. That's like a renaming thing. Maybe you can do it later, right? When the business grows. I was like, no, the business is meant to be global from the day it is born. So she, changed the name and she added global, because that was always my vision. So I would Google a lot, like how can I do business in Europe and stuff like that. And because I knew I did not want to do a job. Like I want to be global, but not through a job. I wanted to be global through my business, right? At that time, I had zero idea how that can be done. The questioning helped a lot, because the questioning first breaks your old mentality. Second, it brings you answers and it brings you people, because that is where this law comes in place. Whatever you put your attention to, it grows. So when I'm looking at, okay, different kind of business in US dollars, business that's global, business that is moving, like I want to be a nomadic sort of person. I don't like the word nomad too much, because I've been living in Bali for 1.5 years. That's not very nomadic of me. But I wanted freedom at its core. Freedom in movements, freedom in money, freedom in currency, freedom in with the people I'm working with, freedom with how my company is structured, who's working there, how, like full-time, everything. I wanted absolute freedom, having no idea how that will happen, but I started questioning. Third thing is, if you stop here, you're not gonna progress into anything. It is going to give you a feeling that you're progressing, but you won't progress because you did not make a new choice. The real discomfort comes when it's time for you to make a real choice, like new choice. And let me tell you one thing. Intuition is seen as something like an angel coming to you and whispering in your ear something miraculous. Not at all. Your intuition is your higher mind, the mind that knows it all, the mind that is all. Everything that you ever wish for, you're already that in your higher mind. Higher mind is the one that is not conditioned. Higher mind is the one that is connected with it all. It doesn't have a shape, form, limitations, nothing. So your higher mind is there to give you all the answers from within you. That is why you must have observed your best ideas come when you're just taking a bath, you're walking with your dog, you're playing with a child. It's like your brain is so off at that point, and boom, an amazing idea comes at that time. It's only because your higher mind got the space to give you the answer. Or else it's just the logical mind constantly cluttering your head where there's no space to receive any guidance from a higher mind. That is your intuition. Your intuition is going to start giving you glimpses, little ideas. It's going to start guiding you, which may seem very irrelevant. Like, why is my intuition asking me to go to this cafe? Things like that. Like, my first $10,000 client, I was at a train station in London. I missed my train. This other guy also missed the train, and we started talking. We made a video. He told me Gary Vee follows him, and I told him a lot of things that he can do in India. And then we took the next train, 20 minutes chat. He is back home. I am back home. And then I received this message from him on Instagram. Yoga, I would like to do a contract with you. And I was like, what? Contract? Who uses that language? It was so funny. I thought he's just joking. Boom, my first. These things may seem like coincidences, but your intuition is guiding you. And I can't tell you how freaky it was for me to create that document for that London guy, presented on the call. I was freaked out. All I wanted to do was run away and back out. But I knew if I do back out, I mean, I'm not progressing. $10,000 client is something that I really wanted, right? And here it is. Now, if I stop there and if I intellectualize this, then I'm not receiving what I want to receive. So universe is moving a step towards you. You got to take a step towards the universe without you making uncomfortable choices and decisions that feel like, oh my God, I'm literally taking a leap into the valley. I don't know whether I'll land safe or I'll just crash. Boom. That, yes, take that move. So yeah, it was a series of way too many uncomfortable choices, and you would never know, no matter how intelligent you are, no matter what agency you have on board, how much database you have, you would never know what's gonna work, what is not going to work. If we knew, everybody would be a multi-millionaire. You are gonna be taking bets. Some will work, some will give you a learning. Actually, everything gives you a learning. I see every choice as a database collection choice. So whether I get my result or not, I'm anyway winning. Like, that's my mentality. I'm anyway winning because I'm getting database back. Like, I am doing calls with brands right now to onboard them for a retreat, Bali retreat. By the way, we're almost sold out. Our early bird and super early bird and the later part of the early bird are sold out. And guys, it's only a result of exactly what I'm sharing on this video. I haven't put out the website link anywhere, yet we are sold out. Like, this is the level of possibilities available in the world right now. The ones who are awakening to this are receiving it. The ones who are not, the ones who are still living in the old world, they are just feeling that jealousy from, looking around people like, how is that person growing? Because they up-leveled their mindset. Last few seats available for Bali retreat. The link is in the description. If you have any questions, you can join our WhatsApp community and ask me questions over there. So yeah, going back to the point, I'm doing these calls with these brands, and some really align with me and some don't. The ones that don't, instead of taking that on my heart, I take a learning from there. And oh my God, like, my point of attraction and my clarity of what I want and who I am and what I can deliver to you and why my proposal is super worth it is getting sharpened with every mail I am sending and receiving, and with every message that I'm sending on LinkedIn, and with every call that I'm doing, because I'm seeing everything as database. You are able to do that when you can detach your ego from you. Ego killing is the most important part of being a founder, because if you don't work on your ego, that is nothing but the hurt, the wounds inside you since you were a child. You're gonna be so triggered in business, because business is not like job. It has so many elements to it, so many elements. You're collaborating with people, you're bringing clients in, you're working with your team. There's so many moving parts. If you've not started working on your ego and healing your blockages, that boom, man, it's gonna be a tough fucking journey. You're gonna be on your toes, you're gonna be triggered, your old patterns are gonna keep telling you you're not safe, it is risky, you can't trust people, you'll be on your radar that, oh, like you will share that energy with people, they're going to receive it. Your contracts and the work you're doing with people won't be that satisfying because there's a lot of wounding that's infused in there. So start healing your blockages, and that is one of the most important things that we'll do in our retreat, especially in the first half. And also the month before the retreat, we're meeting online so that you all can meet each other, connect with each other, make friends, maybe collaborate with your business, or maybe find a life partner, I don't know. And but I put that intention in there. And yeah, like really release the blockages and baggages that, and because I've been doing this since 13 years, I know how good I am at this. So yeah, like you'll be in a great space where like you'll be dropping mm, 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 mm. You'll be dropping your baggages, your limitations, just like that, because it's not meant to be too complicated. Lastly, it all boils down to your self-concept. What is your relationship with yourself on days that are really terrible and tough, on days that are amazing, when things are working out for you, when things are not working out for you, when somebody comes and praises you, when somebody comes and says that, what the fuck are you doing? Who do you think you are? In all these scenarios, who you are with yourself is the most important thing. And worthiness plays the most important role in you up leveling your life and creating that massive wealth. Like you're not here, you're not on this planet to just take little bit when the planet is humongous in all its ways, and we see very few people on this planet realize this. That's why they're the ones who are getting wealthy. You deserve to be wealthy because that's a life that your younger self saw. Your younger self only imagined a very liberal, free life for yourself, which has all the resources that you could ever imagine, whether that's world tour, that's following your purpose, being with amazing people. You deserve that. So I was able to share just a little bit of my journey. I'm going to be sharing more in the upcoming videos. If you have any specific questions, just let me know in the comments. And yes, I would love to welcome you to the retreat as well. The link is in the description. If the seats are sold out by the time you click on it, that's all right. You can always get into our waiting list, and I'm going to see you in the next retreats somewhere else in the world. I love you. I'm Yuvika, your mindset shifting coach. Mwah.